Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me this afternoon to watch this presentation about meeting the head of secondary. I'm Elodie Valentine, the principal and the head of secondary at the International School of Seychelles. Before I talk to you about the secondary provision at ISS, I think it's very important that we all understand what we want our students to achieve by the time they leave the school. Our core values are very important to us. Values of determination, passion, respect and tolerance, community, integrity, and optimism. Our school motto is of utmost importance to us as well. You are born not for yourself, but for the world. By the time students leave our school, we also want to make sure that they have got a range of skills that equip them for the 21st century. We want our students to be confident, independent, we want them to take risks, and ultimately, if they choose to go into sixth form, we want them to be able to go to university of their choice. And ultimately, we want all of our students to choose a career that will help them flourish in their adult life. In terms of our current secondary provision at ISS, we want to make sure that the quality of education is the best possible for our students. In order to achieve that, there are several areas that we need to focus on as a school. Those areas are curriculum, staffing, teaching and learning, assessment, co-curriculum, and our pastoral provision. They are all equally important to ensure the success of the children whilst at the school. Let me start talking to you about the curriculum at ISS. The curriculum in our school is one that offers opportunity for challenge, promoting high aspirations for all students. Our Key Stage 3 curriculum is based on the UK national curriculum. And our Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 curriculum is mainly based on the Cambridge curriculum. All students sitting IGCSE and A-level exams take Cambridge examinations, apart from psychology at IGCSE, where we work with Pearson. In the secondary handbook, you will have seen that you have been provided with overviews of schemes of work for each subject, for each year group. Once that overview has been agreed, then teachers work on their schemes of work, linking their planning to the assessment objectives from the UK national curriculum or the exam board requirements. From those schemes of work, teachers then do their individual planning for each lesson. Here is an example of an overview of schemes of work for Year 7. You will find all the overviews in the secondary handbook that was emailed to you at the end of August. You can also find the secondary handbook on the website in the secondary section. Details are also provided to you in our half-termly curriculum newsletters that are published at the beginning of every half-term. In order to provide a high-quality education to our students, it is very important that we focus on our staffing. We are very fortunate at ISS that all our teachers in the secondary school are qualified teachers. They all hold a teaching qualification. They are also all experienced teachers with a number of years of teaching behind them. And we are proud that our teachers are highly skilled. They are experts in their field and they keep up with development and new practices via CPD, training sessions and outside courses. With our staffing and our curriculum in place, we can then focus on teaching and learning. We need to ensure that the pitch and the expectations are appropriate so that we address the needs of individual students and we also close the gaps wherever they might be in the learning. We have aspirational expectations for our students' outcomes, and we communicate those to our students. A big part of teaching and learning is about making sure that the students' attitudes to learning are right. We need to make sure that our students are in the right frame of mind to learn and to achieve in their different subjects. And this is all linked to our core values at ISS. Assessment is a big part of us making sure that we provide a high quality education to the students. Our assessment informs teachers' planning. Our assessment also informs differentiation to ensure that we meet the individual students' needs, that we stretch any students who are particularly gifted in one area of the curriculum, and that we also support students who might be struggling with elements of our education. Our assessment systems help us to identify any gaps in the students' learning and consequently close those gaps. You can see our assessment cycle on the picture on the screen. Teaching comes first, with observing and monitoring. Then learning, with recording, self-evaluation. Then assessing, with feedback and reporting. And finally planning and reflecting. We have a number of assessment procedures in secondary. We use CAT4 testing as our baseline data. Year 7, Year 10 and Year 12 students sit their CAT4 test in September. This test gives us indicators of future performance in the various subjects. Every half term, we assess the students and we send a report home to the parents. We use various strategies for assessment for learning in the classroom when teaching. We have regular pupil progress meetings where we discuss students that might be at risk of not achieving their targets and decide on interventions to put in place. End-of-year examinations take place for all year groups. Exam classes sit external exams in May and June. All of those assessment systems help us to have a wealth of information about each student in our secondary school. We can identify where they are in terms of knowledge, skills and understanding in each one of their subjects. And we can then close the gaps in learning that might be there. Our co-curriculum provision is a big part of providing a high quality education at ISS. We place a big emphasis on all the students developing a range of skills and talents outside of the classroom environment. We offer a range of clubs at lunchtime and after school. For instance, students can take part in journalism, Duke of Edinburgh, community service, cricket, production, and other sporting activities. We also encourage to have as many educational visits as possible, as learning outside the classroom is invaluable for the children. We have a number of events and competitions linked to our house system, such as debating, athletics, swimming, and we also advertise a number of external competitions in which our students often perform very well in. Our pastoral provision is very important. At ISS, we are all about developing the whole person. We want every student to be happy so that they can learn while they are in school. The form tutor is the first point of contact for the child and their family. Form tutors meet with their students every morning at registration in the form base, and that is Monday to Friday. PSD, Personal Social Development, is a lesson taught every week to the form group, including a range of topics linked to pastoral issues and careers guidance. We also have a full-time counsellor in secondary, Miss Myrna Munden, who is also our child protection officer. Students can self-refer to see the counsellor, but parents and staff can also refer students. Our pastoral provision is overseen by our phase leaders, one for Key Stage 3, one for Key Stage 4, and one for sixth form. Communication is very important to us. For the benefit of the students, it is essential that home and school work in partnership. In August, you will have received an updated version of our secondary handbook for this new academic year. It includes lots and lots of information relevant to the secondary school. On Fridays, you receive a weekly secondary newsletter in your inbox. This newsletter includes write-ups and photos of all the events that have happened in the last few days, and it also includes key dates for the following week. At the beginning of every half term, we send you a curriculum newsletter for your child's year group. It includes information about schemes of work, program of study, and key reminders for the half term. We also have an annual yearbook, which was published in August this year, looking back on the highlights of the past academic year. In order to communicate with parents, we make full use of ISAPS, our management system. We log merits and demerits on that management system, and parents get instant notifications of merits and demerits. All our letters and communication to parents are also sent out via ISAMS. And finally, your form tutor, as we've mentioned before, is your first point of contact. They are the person that will know your child the best in the school and that will make sure that they answer to any queries you might have and be the champion for your child. I would like to thank you for watching this presentation. I hope it's been useful. I hope that it has given you some additional information about the secondary school. We are here to ensure that every student receives a high quality education at ISS. Working in partnership with parents is very important to us. So please do not hesitate to get in touch if you have any queries at all. Thank you and have a lovely weekend.